Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's time for another week of weeb talking seductively into your ear about weeb shit. It's the EHRPG Podcast. It's Marcel and it's Lucas. It's Guru, it's Chewy. How you doing, Lucas?
You forgot what the episode number was, didn't you?
Honestly, I just don't even care anymore. I usually use it based on the YouTube channel we have, and yeah, it's hard to keep up.
You know what?
I know it's somewhere in the 30s.
Here we go. I'm gonna go look right now again. I'm pretty sure it was 32, so it might be 33. Let's see. 23. Okay. We're full of it. Okay, so that would be the game show one. 33. We are 33. I was right.
We've almost done this for a year, too.
Sad.
I think we started this, in September of last year?
Do you want me to check?
Well, I mean, you're already looking at it. Why not, right?
Let's see. We created this channel October 8th, 2020.
Okay, so we're coming up on it. It's been a while.
The first one was 10 months ago, so that would have been...
But anyway, let's start off with the segment I'd like to call What Guru Has Watched This Week That Isn't a Seasonal Show.
It is October 10th.
Because I really want to talk about Mobile Suit Gundam Orphans.
What you meant to say was Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blood Orphans.
Yeah. I really want to talk about that because I just finished reviewing that show, and I've never seen a show balance the idea of not having a villain so well.
Yeah,
because you can make the legitimate case about that show that it does not have an actual villain. It has antagonists, people they're fighting against, but there's not somebody who's like clearly evil.
Yeah, because they all have their own desires and stuff.
Yeah, like the show calls Rustal the main antagonist, but when you look at Rustal, like, he's a dick and he's very, very, very brutal. Like the way he baits using that Dying Sleeve weapon, the over-the-shoulder rocket launcher with the giant explosion.
Mm-hmm.
The way he baits McGillis into allowing him to use it is clever. But, like, other than that, like, Rustal's just a brute. That's it. Because at the end of the show, you realize, Rustal had a lot of the same goals that McGillis had.
Yeah.
And the irony is, Rustal ended up completing what McGillis really wanted.
Mm.
And, like, I found that, I don't know, it's so refreshing to me to see that take on a villain.
It's not pure malice, it's just they actually have goals and stuff. Yeah.
Because in my opinion, the best villain of all time, which actually we could do a topic on this one day, but the best villain in anime all time is Ashlad from Vinland Saga.
Ah.
I will praise Vinland Saga to the moon when season 2 comes out. But like season 1 is so bloody brilliant because Ashlad carries the show. Like, he's the main antagonist, but he's also one of the main protagonists as well at the same time.
I see.
Yeah. I've always loved it. I could go on a whole rant about Vinland Saga, but I'll save it. But I want to see more shows try to be different with their villains.
Okay.
Like, I want more uniqueness. Like, I've said before, I spent like a whole couple minutes ranting to you when I finished it. That one thing about Iron-Blooded Orphans really made me think it's special. And it wasn't like Iron-Blooded Orphans wasn't great without that. It was. I think it has some of the best presentation I've ever seen out of a mech show. I think the characters are all really well done. And I really do like the story. I think the story flows well, and the ending is strangely satisfying for how many important characters died.
Spoiler, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't give a shit. But no, like, it's strangely satisfying for what actually happens, right? But yeah, no, so that's really what I want to talk about, and I want more stories to have villains like we see in Iron-Blooded Orphans, you know, not just a straight, oh, I'm evil for the sake of evil, but more of like, I'm standing up against you because your ideas do not fit with what needs to be done, because that's what Rustal was. Like, Rustal stood against him because, in his opinion, it was not the right way to restore order. So I thought that was cool. What'd you get up to this week? Anything interesting you want to talk about?
I watched a lot of
You watched a lot of?
I think I tried to watch a lot of Kingdom, but I didn't finish.
How much are you up on Kingdom, since that's the third season one, right?
I haven't actually watched the third season. I'm trying to catch up. Or not catch up, but I'm trying to rewatch her. Because I don't remember. I remember the manga, but I don't remember the anime. So I'm trying
let me
to
just check
rewatch the
something.
anime.
Kingdom, remake, Mal. Yeah, the Kingdom third season.
Third season is like heavily delayed. It was supposed to come out spring, wasn't it?
Well, it's already out. It's been out since April of last year.
Really?
Yeah, no, it said it aired late April of last year. And yet it's still not done.
Yeah, because I think there was a delay.
It must have got hit by coronavirus.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the anime was postponed after 4 episodes till spring of this year.
Yeah. We're just starting to get the rest.
I'm looking at it and, like, people love it.
Oh, no, of course, because it's still really good.
This is one of the shows I do plan to watch eventually. But, like, I have such a tough time. Reviewing shows that are, like, 70, 80 episodes.
And also the first season just has a bunch of terrible CGI.
Well, the terrible CGI, I mean, we're used to at this point, right?
Are we?
I don't know. But, you want to just get to what we watched this week? And aka me, since you mentioned you watched nothing?
Yep.
Well, besides Kingdom. I can carry this. So I'm going to give you 3 shows, Chewie. And I want you to give me one to talk about. So I'm going to start off with Higurashi. The detective is already dead. And the realist hero. What one of those 3 should I start with?
Oh, sorry, I was muted when I said it, but let's start with something decent. Let's go with Higurashi.
Okay. Higurashi is barreling towards the end game, since this season's only 15 episodes, right? And what surprised me is Higurashi is actually one of the least shows I've talked about this time, even though I love it, right?
For this season, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll start out by just doing a quick, like, what's happening thus far, right?
Okay.
So as we all know, at the end of the last season, it was revealed that Satoko was the time looper, the one keeping Rika there, right? Mm-hmm. And the first part of this season was her trying to, break her. Didn't work, right? And then we get another one, it didn't work.
Yeah.
But at the start of this arc, it looked like Satoko had won. It looked like Satoko had sunk her claws into her.
Okay.
And then I feel like Satoko has overplayed her hand.
Oh.
Because as the loops kept going, more people were starting to have dreams of what they did in other loops, right?
Oh.
So Tayano, the main antagonist from the original series, had a dream that she just murdered everyone, and she turned herself in at the end of last season. Well, the same thing happened with Satoko's uncle. Satoko's uncle in the original series and the loops of this season was a piece of shit. An abusive, alcoholic, gambling piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
He had a dream that he was shot and killed.
Okay.
And he is genuinely trying to change. Like, it is actually insane that they're making me feel sympathetic for him, but they're doing a good job at writing that he's, like, realized how he's fucked up, right?
Okay.
So Satoko's been taking advantage of that, trying to recreate what happened in the original loop with him when it was revealed that he was an abusive piece of shit, right?
Mm.
And that's where I think she's overstepping her hand. Because in my opinion, if she just stepped in that loop, I think she could have won. Like, I think she could have won. I think she could have convinced Rika to stay. But because she's overplaying her hand, I feel it's going to backfire. Because the one thing Satoko doesn't realize is that Rika's two-faced. What Satoko doesn't realize is that because Rika has been looping and looping and looping and looping, right?
Yeah.
Her personality has shifted to a cold, sadistic, and just...
Warped.
Yeah. But when Satoko sees Rika, she sees the cheery young girl, right? Because that's the personality Rika puts on when she's in the loop.
She's getting jaded, yeah.
Yeah.
As she's slowly breaking, yeah.
Rika's real personality is cold, very, very quick to anger, and just someone who's tired, as I like to put it. And I get this feeling that this arc is going to end with Satoko actually seeing it, because really this whole thing is setting up Satoko's death. Because there have also been hinting that the way the loops end is if Satoko dies first, then she can't follow Rika.
Yeah.
So, like, this is clearly setting up to Rika killing Satoko in some way. And with the name of the episodes, like, they named the arcs, right? So, Arc 1 was Demon Revealing Arc. Arc 2 was Cotton Revealing Arc. Arc 3 is called Curse Revealing Arc.
Okay.
So it makes me think this arc is going to end with Rika realizing what the hell's going on. And then Satoko, well, she's kind of screwed the second Rika realizes it. And it's one of those things where I'm sitting there just like, I want to watch Satoko's world crumble. I want to watch Satoko's whole plan blow up in her face because it'd just be so satisfying. I started this season saying to myself, will there be redemption for Satoko?
Okay.
There's none of that anymore.
Okay. Cool.
There's none of that anymore. And it's just, I'm going to be so satisfied when Rika finally plunges a knife into her. Is it brutal to say this? Sure. But it's going to be awesome because Satoko at this point is just a monster.
Monster.
Yeah.
Like the guy
but
from
yeah,
Monster.
no, so that's how Higurashi is. It's great. It's honestly great.
Terry Rozier agreed to $4-year, $97 million contract with Charlotte Hornets. Random.
I was going to be like, 4 million? What? Somebody got paid an actual smart wage in basketball?
No, 4-year, $97 million. Sorry, that was a random basketball update.
Yeah. And, all right, so next for me is the detective is already dead.
Ooh.
It's had its issues through and through, but it was an interesting premise, right?
Yeah.
The whole idea of this man who used to be with this ace detective, but the ace detective is quotation marks dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And him trying to like get past that and then getting brought back into the world when it's revealed that the quotation marks dead detective's heart is in the person that he meets and whatnot.
Okay.
But I just feel that this show it's kind of like Spirit Chronicles. It's ignoring what could make it good for this past story that honestly I haven't given a shit about.
Oh.
They've literally spent like after the first 3 or so episodes. They've spent the last 5 in the past, and it's built up to nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
This is a 12-episode series.
Yikes.
Yeah, and I've said I think it's a bad thing that the detective Siesta is the best character in the show by a country mile.
Ooh.
So yeah, no, I think it's fallen apart a bit. If we want to look at how other people think,
Ooh.
I don't think it's getting highly rated. Yeah, no, it's not even getting highly rated.
Sad.
Look, I think Siesta herself is a genuine good character.
Okay.
But kind of like Spirit Chronicles, the show does nothing with it.
Okay.
And that's my main point. And I'm starting to get a lot more angry at shows that don't do anything with interesting premises. And then when it comes to Realist Hero, I've never been more bored watching a show in my life.
Okay, that's sad. I'm sorry that you were bored.
Like, it has all these interesting things, right? These interesting characters, these... Like, it's got this click to it, right? But nothing really happens of importance.
Oh.
Like, it's kind of like the Log Horizon issue, right? Remember the first arc of the last season of Log Horizon, where it's this election and it's supposed to be this, and it's literally just talking.
Yeah, I mean, that's the entire show.
And Realist Hero's kind of like that, but it tries to make things seem important when I really don't give a shit. Like the last episode, there was an elven, I believe it was a rock slide in an elven town, and it turned out that the rock slide was caused
by not maintaining the forest, I believe.
Yeah. And the king's just like, if they did this, it's my fault. I'm like, I don't give a shit about this.
But
it sucks.
I think the elves were like, they thought the forests were too sacred or something, so they didn't want to do anything, which included cutting them down, because that's how forestation works.
Yeah, and that's what led to it. And it's just like, that sucks. Like, I get why it sucks in the story, but this isn't interesting. Like, I think people are starting to realize that shows like this really do need a conflict. And right now there is none, because right now we're just watching somebody rebuild a kingdom, and it's fine. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say Realist Hero is a bad show. It isn't. But adding on this to the polygamy aspect that's hanging over the show, where it's literally just another main character becomes a king in 10 seconds, is married off, and then has a harem of women.
Gotta have that.
It's tiring in a sense, if you know what I mean.
Gotta have that hair, man.
I don't know. I think Realist Hero's fine. There needs to be something more than just, I'm just going to rebuild a kingdom. Oh, look, I'm rebuilding a kingdom by writing things down.
Lol.
But, like, you can see where I'm coming from with that, right?
Well, I mean, it's in the title, so I kind of get it.
I know it's in the title. But even if, like to me, Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom could still have conflict, right?
Yeah.
Like, they build up this Chaos Demon army, what? The Demon region. Why aren't we seeing more of that?
Okay, yeah.
Like, I think that's a fair criticism.
Like, they're parts of the kingdom, basically. Yeah.
But another show I want to talk about is Peach Boy Riverside, a.k.a. the show that's literally ruined because of how it's written.
Rip.
I've mentioned this to you before, but Peach Boy Riverside has just been such a clusterfuck of a show, it isn't even funny. So, I mentioned this, right? Episode 1, 2 follows through itself. Then episode 3, you think it's following, it isn't, it jumps to a new point. Episode 4 jumps all the way back to the past before episode 1. Then episode 5 jumps ahead of episode 2, but before episode 3. And then episode 6 continues over episode 5, and then episode 7 jumps all the way back to just after episode 2.
Yeah.
And then episode 8 jumps up to just after episode 3.
Yeah.
Like, I seriously mean this. If they reordered these episodes, I think Peach Boy Riverside would be the sleeper hit of the show.
Yeah.
Because I really, really like the story. The story is interesting. The story is compelling. But these constant, like, time shifts have just completely thrown it off, right?
Yeah.
Because I'll use an example. This character, Mila, right?
Okay.
I'll give you. She's an ogre, right?
Oh, okay.
In episode 3, we see her with Makoto. They're good chums.
Okay.
In episode 5, we see her with the apparent main antagonist.
Okay.
They're apparently good chums. In episode 7, we see the fact that Sophie, the main character, beat her to the point where, like, she's questioning ogre life.
Okay.
Why didn't we, like, see this?
To actually see the fight itself?
Wow, like, I'm serious. You changed the way the episode order is in the show. It's great.
I don't know, man.
Like, straight up, if you change the order of the episodes in this show, like, let's just take a look at the episodes. If you go episode 1, episode 2, and then episode 7,
okay,
then episode 5, 6, 3, 4, 8, it's great. Because I was fine with the reveal back to the look to the past after episode 3. It makes sense to reveal how Sally idolizes Makoto, right?
okay.
So I'm okay with that. So again, Peach Boy Riverside's biggest problem to me is the way it tells its episode. And it's just sad because the story itself is honestly great. I love how Sally is this defender in a sense. Like, she understands both sides. She understands that Sumeragi is evil, but her goals align with Sumeragi. But she also has her dedication to Makoto. And I kind of like how Makoto's just freaking out at this point.
Oh, okay.
Because he can't come to grips with it because he's been hating ogres for so long and just been killing them that it's all he knows at now.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to rant bit about that because it's been pissing me off.
Ogres also are draping the people. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Yeah. And I watched Slime.
Yeah.
It's been great. The battles have begun, and it's pretty fucking good.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I didn't get to that episode. I've finished the talking parts.
Yeah. The last 2 episodes have been pure battles. I just watched today's episode, actually, and it was just fucking great. I love Millilim's followers.
Oh, I thought you said father.
Like, yeah, no, I love Millilim's followers. The bald guy who, like, when he gets angry, he has a bunch of veins in his head is fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, and then other than that, most things, were what you expected. My Hero started the MVA arc. And it's okay. It's what expected with how they adapt. It's going to be a little rushed, but I'm still going to say it won't matter because season 6 is going to be absolute fire. And actually, before we go on to the talk this week, I want to talk about Tokyo Revengers.
Oh.
This arc sucks.
Oh.
This arc actually fucking sucks.
Rip.
So you know what's happening, right? It's the battle against Valhalla with Baji apparently turning on everyone, right?
Right, yeah.
The reasons for it make no sense!
Okay.
Like, it's in the show, it's revealed that Kazutoro and Baji were the ones who killed Mikey's brother, right?
Hmm.
And yet, Kazutoro's all of a sudden like, I hate Mikey, it's all his fault.
Rip.
Like, does that make any sense? No!
Rip.
And then Baji, who's in reality trying to, like, find out more about Kesa guy.
Yeah.
And, like, that's okay, but the Kazutoro stuff is driving me nuts because I know what they're going to do. I know what they're going to do, and it's going to piss me off. Because you know how at the end of episode 20, Kazutoro stabs Baji.
Right.
I think they're going to go, and it's like, oh, this was Kizaki, just manipulating everything. He's the man who twists the tables. Which makes no sense, because why would Kazutoro stab Baji?
I don't know, man. Don't look
Like,
at me.
there's literally nothing in his character that would make him do that.
I don't know, man. Don't
You
look at
can't sit
me.
here and tell me that he is literally doing all this not to kill Mikey, but to stab Baji.
I don't know, man. Don't look at me. I don't know.
I'm asking for your opinion.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You read the manga.
I don't know. I forget that part.
But no,
All I remember
think,
is that I know that was it was okay. It wasn't the best arc, but it was okay.
but like, I'm literally looking at, they're literally setting up for like, oh, Kizeki's this mastermind, this manipulator. I'm like, fuck no, why would Kazutoro even agree to this? And even if that isn't true, even if that's not what they're setting up, it's still stupid! So yeah, no, I really do not like this last arc of Tokyo Revengers. Oh, that's enough rage. Oh wait, we're talking about Paper Mario.
More rage.
Yeah, lots of rage. So this week we decided to review the first 3 Paper Mario games because I wanted to talk about them, 1, because I love them, and 2, I wanted to use this to talk about how Nintendo can be the most stubborn fucking fools I've ever seen in my life.
Let's see.
So Chewy, should I explain the Paper Mario series first?
Give me 1 second. I need to get the series up on here. Okay, there we go. Go for it.
Alrighty, so the Paper Mario series was another spin-off series that Nintendo does pretty well, actually. I don't think there are many bad spin-off games that they do when you think about it. Even golf is fun.
Golf is fun.
But what I was saying is that the Paper Mario series, probably one of the better RPGs out there.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's probably one of the better RPG series out there. And the first one that came out on the N64, while basic, was great. It was a fun RPG. You could waste some time on it. It had a challenge to it as well. And the one thing you immediately see is the personality of the characters. Like, that's the one thing I want you to take away from Paper Mario. Paper Mario's character writing and character dialogue is incredible. Like, you've even experienced that, right? In the short time you've seen it or played it, right? Like, Bowser is fucking hilarious.
Way more comedic, yeah.
And it allowed Paper Mario to have a little fun. And the levels were great. The characters were great. We'll go more in depth about it in a minute. And then they released a sequel, Thousand Year Door. And Thousand Year Door, outside of the just horrendous difficulty spike at the end of the game, is brilliant. It's one of the best RPGs of all time.
Mm-hmm.
The characters are even better. The game's longer, outside of the difficulty spike and 2 specific missions, which involve a metric shit ton of backtracking. It's just great.
Mm.
And then they go to Super Paper Mario.
Mm.
And Super Paper Mario still has level up, still has the characters, still has the story. The story's even better. But it's a platformer.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody say this, and I completely agree. Is that in hindsight, Super Paper Mario was a tell that Paper Mario was dead.
Okay.
Because the next game, not Origami King, Sticker Star, is not only a bad Paper Mario game, it's a bad game, period.
Bad game, period.
But let's start from the start. Let's talk about Paper Mario 64.
Paper Mario 2000!
What made it so good?
Yay!
Now, I didn't play this in the 2000s. I played this on the Wii Shop, right?
And
yeah. The thing you realize is that the the game itself is basic. It is super straightforward. There are very little curveballs, right? So, like, there's no, like, second form, type thing. There's nothing you'd see in, like, Final Fantasy, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's what made it so in reaching to people who just wanted a basic RPG. And also, wasn't this the first time we saw, like, personality from the Mario universe?
That I can't say. Maybe. But
like,
I didn't play anything earlier. I don't remember anything playing earlier besides.
I think this is the first time we've seen, like, personality from the Mario universe, which was really welcome because at that point Mario was pretty much just 64, Mario Kart, and the side scrollers, right?
Yeah, this is still in 64. Yeah, I guess that would be it. Yeah.
And I think it came at the perfect time because this is just after. Well, actually, no, I forgot about one game. RPG, Super Mario RPG.
Wasn't that like Super Nintendo though?
Yeah, but that was after. So, like, but we saw Mario personality there.
I was wondering if that was before or after. Yeah, that's
right. It was before. Right. It was Super Nintendo. Yeah, and that was when the Final Fantasy directors did it.
And there was three people, or it was a group. Like it was, I'm pretty sure it was 3 in your party or something.
Yeah, 3 in your party, and I think there were 6 total party members. But what I will say is, like, I think what made Paper Mario so good was the basicness of it. Like, it wasn't basic to a fault. It was actually basic to a positive. Like, you've played games that are just too overly complicated for its own good, right?
Sure.
Like, Paper Mario is basic as hell. Because when you think about it, there's only, 3 moves. You can either jump, hammer, or use a spell. Your companion only has 1 move.
Wasn't it use an item?
Yeah, I said spell, but yeah, item.
Your companion only has the 1 attack or use an item, right?
Yeah, I don't think your companion could use an item.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that only implemented in Thousand Year Door?
I think so.
Okay.
But, like, what I was saying is, your companion could, like, do stuff outside of the world. Like, the Koopa Troopa could throw a shell at unreachable objects. The Paratrooper could help Mario cross large gaps. Walk could light up rooms. The Cheep could allow Mario to swim.
The Boo could Lady Bow can make the ability Mario to become invisible and transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Lackluster Lucky Tube is able to traverse dangerous environments such as spikes and lava.
Yeah. So, like, again, it's a lot of basic stuff.
Oh,
but
Bombette blows up the weak part of walls.
But, like, it's a lot of basic stuff when you think about it, right?
Yeah.
And yet it just worked. And I think the main reason is the combat is really satisfying. As I mentioned before, you get 3 moves. Jump, hammer, item. And you may think, well, what about like this debuff? There are debuffs. Not much of them, to be honest.
But they're added like through stickers and stuff. Or not stickers, badges.
Yeah, but one thing I did like is how, even though it's jump, hammer, item, there's so much customization to it. Mm-hmm. The amount of boots and hammers in this game is ridiculous. Let's pull it up for a sec. Paper Mario 64 hammers.
Wait, is this the one with the different hammers and boots, or is it the different badges that make the different effects, or is that 1,000 Year Door?
I think 1,000 Year Door had badges.
Okay, never mind then.
It's hard to remember, but like, let's pull this up. Pull this up. But one thing I will remember is like the amount, it's just, the game uses a basic battle formula, but has so much customization to it that the basicness doesn't really...
It doesn't get boring. Doesn't get stale.
Like, you could literally do everything with the game. Paper Mario 64 badges. There we go. List of badges in Paper Mario. But yeah, no, like, you got these badges that
so they did
raises Mario attack power by 1 if he successfully uses an action command, right? Then you got fun ones like change the sound of the hammer. You got a badge that allows you to prevent enemy first strikes from counting. You got a badge that allows Mario to dodge hits if he is low HP. And, like, there's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of customization, increase Mario's defense, slowly automatically gain FP, which was your mana, I believe. Reduce Mario attack power.
Okay.
Like, there's just a lot here that can be done. And there was even ideas for more. Like, there's a lot of unused badge. Like, there was an unused badge. Use 1 FP, increase Mario's hammer attack by 1. There was a drain badge. Like, there's just a lot of badges used in Paper Mario. And that's the thing that I want to, like, hammer down, is that Paper Mario is basic as fuck. But it's also customizable as fuck. Because that's the big thing. While the battle system may be basic, it allows you to do so many things with it. If you take a look at Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door, there's 85 badges.
Yep.
85 badges that allow you to do random things. You could have the hammer throw, head rattle, ice smash. You could use double dip. You could increase your HP, increase your BP, increase your FP. Like, there is so much you could do with this, even though, like, the whole thing is so basic. You could even change Mario's clothes into Wario.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there a Waluigi one as well? I'm pretty sure, or Luigi. I'm pretty sure there was a mod like Waluigi and Luigi one.
Oh, the TTRPG was canceled, so they're playing Garctic Phone right now.
Oh, God.
There was just too much scuff.
Too much stuff.
Scuff.
Scuff?
Yeah, Callie apparently has went to her parents' place in Underworlding World.
Rip.
And she's streaming from a different place.
Rip.
Oh, well. But as I was saying, I think that's the most important part of Paper Mario. The ability to be customizable and still have that basic battle system. Because even the level ups are basic. You literally just pick HP, strength, or FP. That's it.
Strength. Oh, wow. Okay.
I think it was strength. It was HP, FP, and I can't remember the last one. Maybe it was badge count. I think it was badge count.
BP? Battle badge points? Or whatever?
Yeah. Let me check. Or
was that What's that 1,000-year door again?
Level up. I'm just going to click a level up guide.
Maybe it's brother points. Brother points.
Oh, yeah. No, it is HP, BP, and FP.
Okay.
Badge points allows you to get more badges on.
I see.
So there's a lot of customizable about it. And then the stories aren't that bad. The story in Paper Mario is super basic. It's literally just Bowser kidnapping Peach for the 1,000th time. But because Bowser's so freaking hilarious, it's just great. The story in 1,000-Year Door is where things start to get a little more complicated because Nintendo's just like, yeah, let's try telling Mario stories. Like, there's this whole evil alien organization that wants to wake up this, like, demonic being called the Shadow Queen, and they want to kidnap Peach and use her as a sacrifice.
Sorry, is this still one?
It's 1,000-Year Door.
Oh,
it's two.
There's two. We're talking about X.
Like, this alien force wants to kidnap Peach and use her as a sacrifice to revive the queen. And it's just... It's kind of insane to see a story like that in a Mario game.
All while they just, all they wanted to do originally was find a fortune of Rogueport.
Yeah. But and then the third game, it's just like the world is being destroyed by this man who lost his loved one, and all the while the loved one is actually the little butterfly that's around you.
Oh.
Like, it's a tragic story, and I'm like, this is Mario. Why are we telling such good stories?
One thing that I kind of like of the from the first Paper Mario game to the second one was the audience. Cool.
Yeah, that stayed in game 2 as well.
The whole stage thing, that was really fun. And then everything was an act in a play or something. So they Act 1, Act 2.
Yeah, and then you could do things after it to get a little more stuff.
Like, don't get me wrong, number 1 was still good. They had they had different areas, like they were trying to the big desert and stuff.
I mentioned it multiple times, but number 1 was basic to good. And I think I know where you're going after this.
But number 2, wow.
Oh, it's so much better, isn't it?
The levels are incredible. Like, no, I get it. Number 1 has this basic classic type of feel because it's the first game, right? They probably don't want to go too crazy. But the second one, they had the good ideas of wanting to go further in their level creations and stuff like that, and they delivered really hardcore. Like,
and it helps that the setting wasn't Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh yeah, that too. And every single act, in every single different area that wasn't like Rogueport, besides going through Rogueport to go to all these areas, it was very different, like super different. And I loved it. And they played, so they changed the theme too almost every time. One was. Like, the first one, I think, is the very basic one, where it's the
basic one. There's a dragon and whatnot.
Yeah. And then
I'm trying to remember what the second level was. That one escapes me.
I don't remember if that was the underground one with or that dark forest one with, the little tiny bugs with the little lights. I remember...
Oh, God. It's escaping me.
I know that there was the one where they went to the wrestling dome.
Number 2 was the forest. Number 2 was the forest.
Yeah. And the second one, or the third one, was the wrestling
arena.
One.
The battle arena, which was just one of the best levels in Mario history.
I think the next one was the like a shadow world, like a
Yeah, it was
hunting.
the shadow world with Dupless.
And then there was the island, I believe, like ocean and island area.
Where you found the mini Yoshi. Oh no, you found the mini Yoshi before, which if you named it a certain name, it could change its color.
Then there was the one where...
The train, which was just a fun level.
Oh yeah, the train where you played the detective pretty much. It was fun.
Mm-hmm. And then, which you could actually get yourself killed if you read the book.
Yeah, I remember. And then there was like
the one where it starts you off in like this forest in the snowstorm, right?
Yeah, and there was also snowstorm.
And then you get shot to the fucking moon.
Wasn't there one where there was also like some sort of another city or something like that? I don't know. It was
I mean, there was the eighth chapter. The eighth chapter did have you in like an underground city, but it wasn't like anything spectacular, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I don't think that was it. Let me see if I could find a... There's just like levels. Paper Mario on your door. I totally forget if the first Paper Mario did this, Marcel, but I also liked all the extra parts of the paper thing. Like turning into the paper airplane and the was it a boat?
I think
just turned 2D
the
or something.
Second one started that.
Yeah, that was cool too. Getting those types of paper magics or whatever thingies.
Well, like I said, they found a way to make use of a lot of things.
Let's see here. Okay, let's see.
I think Paper Mario found a way to combine basic gameplay and then just allow you to customize the shit out of it.
Okay, there's Petalburg, Boggly Woods, the Glitz Pit, the... is it the Twilight Town? Keel Hall Key, the Excess Express, Riverside Station, Poshley Heights, Far Outposts. That's the one. And then the one that throws you to the moon. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. I miss these games. One day.
Isn't it great?
One day.
Again, though, I still stand there and say to myself that Paper Mario always found a way to create magic out of nothing, in a sense. Right?
Yeah.
Like, we can't deny that Paper Mario is very basic.
Yeah.
Gameplay-wise, we see more creative and better gameplay out of many other RPGs.
Yeah.
But because of the customized ability you have, where you can make Mario do a lot of things, it allows you to kind of always have something different, right? So yeah, no, I will say, if I had to rank, it's probably Paper Mario 2, and then Paper Mario Thousand Year Door at 1. Isn't that the way you feel too?
Of course. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door number 1. Paper Mario, the first one, number 2. Super Paper Mario number 3. I'm sorry.
Yes, but that isn't like Super Paper Mario, we'll talk about that now, is good in its own right.
Yeah, but then it's showing the downfall. I can understand.
Yeah, the downfall, which we will get to, but we should talk about Super Paper Mario first, because in my opinion, Super Paper Mario has the best story and the best characters.
Yeah, okay. It's half an hour of the sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it, because I haven't played that one, but yeah, go.
Say that again.
I haven't played this one because this one's on the Wii. I didn't play this one.
But the Super Paper Mario story is compelling, interesting, and it has a lot of twists. But even I can't deny, when you really look back on it, the gameplay falls apart. The main reason is because you know how, like, you'd get something, it really does treat it like a Zelda game, where you have to get a specific thing to beat the dungeon. Those specific things have no personality and boring as fuck to watch.
Yeah, okay.
It's just, it's hard to talk about Super Paper Mario because, as we've said, you realize in hindsight, this is where the downfall started.
Yeah.
Because let's just talk about Sticker Star.
No.
Sticker Star is one of the worst games I have ever fucking seen in my life.
I don't want to talk about it.
And it's literally where the downfall of Paper Mario hit its peak.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. So let's start with what's good about Sticker Star. Nothing. Even the personality they killed because they didn't allow Bowser to talk.
Oh.
I know. So let's start with what Sticker Star does wrong. Everything. Let's start with the most important parts. It does not really make you use the main freaking gimmick of the game.
Which is being paper.
No, the stickers.
Oh, the stickers.
Yes, because the stickers are your items, right?
Okay.
Now, you'd think they'd be treated like items in other games. No, they are not. Because there is no point to use them in anything except for boss fights. Oh, by the way, did I mention, because you don't level up in this game, you have no reason to fight anything.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You can literally go through the game just by fighting bosses.
Yep.
Well, what about the stickers, you ask? Don't you need more stickers? Nope, you get enough just without fighting. This is an RPG game.
What's sad is that this Wii U, the sequel, after this one, the Wii U Paper Mario Color Splash took a lot of the ideas from here. And
it still suffers from the same point. Yeah. Because, again, you were playing an RPG, and you don't have to battle.
Don't have a level up system whatsoever.
Yeah. So there's no reason to actually battle, because in the end, you're just wasting stickers.
You're wasting your stickers.
Because you'll need the stickers for the boss fight. Oh, and by the way, I am so sick and tired of pencils. I am so sick and tired of scissors. Yeah. Why did Paper Mario think it's a good idea to have inanimate fucking objects as boss fights?
Origami King also went back to that as well.
Like, this is gonna go to the main point. Nintendo are so stubborn about things. Because when you hear the words, Miyamoto only wants to bring back F-Zero if he could do a unique control scheme, I want to punch him. Because it literally explains what happened with Paper Mario. Like, doesn't it? Nintendo, for some reason, can release Zelda perfectly and change the formula with Breath of the Wild while still making it feel like Zelda. Mm-hmm. They can release Mario Odyssey. They can release Metroid. Like, they can release all these games without changing the formula too much, but still making it feel like the game you're playing. Mm-hmm. Paper Mario, like Origami King, Color Splash, and Sticker Star aren't even Paper Mario games in the feeling. Like, ooh, Origami King has the personality back. Doesn't matter when you don't have to battle. Rip. Like, that's literally my biggest complaint with those three games. You do not have to battle anything.
Except for the bosses.
You can literally go through the whole game without fighting a single enemy.
Yep.
And just fight the bosses. Like
just
that.
fight the bosses.
How can that be seen as good?
It's not.
And like, I don't know enough about Origami King and Color Splash. They both are rated bad for the same reasons as Sticker Star.
Yep.
But I remember buying Sticker Star and being pretty excited, right? Since I'm a big Paper Mario fan, right? And I don't think I've resold a game quicker in my life.
R.I.P.
It's just so poorly designed from just a gameplay standpoint, and we ain't even talking about the story, which is just Bowser kidnapping Peach.
And just a new gimmick being introduced.
It's just like, we get it. Paper Mario's basic, but as we've stated with Thousand Year Door and the original, there was creativity oozing from it.
It's okay. Really, yes. It's basic. Like the base game itself, super basic. But like that doesn't mean you can be lazy about everything else.
I think people think basic is bad. No, basic is good.
Because it allows for you to build on that strong...
Yes.
If you have a strong basic foundation, you can build onto it.
It allows you to be more creative easier, in my opinion.
Well, I guess in a sense, if you have a strong foundation, it's just, makes it easier.
Everybody gets this idea that simple and basic is bad. We need to innovate. Call of Duty tried that, right? Remember years ago when everybody was screaming for Call of Duty to go futuristic?
Yeah.
They did, and those were the 3 worst games in the series.
Yeah.
And then they screamed, boots on the ground. We want boots on the ground. And it was bad, too.
Yeah.
And literally, what saved Call of Duty was Modern Warfare and Cold War.
And those games are still freaking huge.
Yeah, no, like, we're going to have to go on a whole new rant about how, like, storage in video games is becoming fucking ridiculous.
Needs to be compressed. Need a new system for compressing data, man. Not enough.
But I think the one thing there that says it is Paper Mario fell victim to what F-Zero didn't.
Which was being
the whole like we need to remake. If I want to make a sequel, it needs to have something new in it.
I mean. Okay, yeah.
Like, Miyamoto has literally said the only reason he didn't want to make an F-Zero sequel is because it's like, we've already made F-Zero GX, so if we make a new F-Zero, it needs to have something new, like a new control scheme, and it's just like, no! We like F-Zero. F-Zero GX is one of the best games of all time. Like, I think Nintendo gets so doesn't get complacent. Like, you know how some people get complacent, right? I think Nintendo gets the opposite. I think they get itchy. I think they're sitting there like, okay, well, maybe we could do this and that, when realizing they have a perfectly good fucking formula before.
Yeah, I guess
like, I think that is the best example of why Paper Mario failed.
I think it's the whole, like, they're trying to find something niche. Every time. Like a new niche with all the series, which is kind of weird.
Like, that's really the biggest. Like, to me, that's the downfall of Paper Mario.
Okay.
And I think that's a perfect way to end Paper Mario on. Like, let's end that topic, because there's actually one more topic I want to talk about before we end the episode.
Isn't this, like, the opposite of what Pokemon has for, like, apparently for problems for people? It's weird.
Oh, that's a good question. Because here's the thing. I don't think Pokemon isn't innovating. I think people just have way too high expectations.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, dislike it all you want, Pokemon is always going to be marketed as a simple RPG for kids.
Yeah.
And I think people just expect Pokemon to be this outgrowing with us when it doesn't need to, and nor should it.
But then now we get games like the new Legend of Arceus coming out.
Yeah, but that's what I think Pokemon's answer is to it, right?
Is that they'll still make the traditional RPG games like Shining and sequels like Shining.
Yeah, and
Pearl
Gen 9 whenever it comes out, right?
Yeah.
But I think the main reason, like, I think that's why Shining Diamond and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl was dealt by a different studio.
Mm-hmm.
Is because I think Game Freak said, okay, they want us to grow, let's try something different, right? And people are going to be like, well, why don't they just do what Zelda did, right? The main series of Zelda changed. The big difference is the main series of Zelda was never marketed to kids. Pokemon is marketed to kids. It's always going to be like that. That's why Pokemon does not have wide sweeping changes. I know this is going to be blasphemy to a lot of people. When we did our Pokemon ratings, I still say Gen 8's one of the best gens. It's below Gen 5, in my opinion.
Yep.
But, like, it's right there with Gen 4 and 3 in my eyes. So, really, it's weird. Nintendo can be perfectly fine in understanding in cases like that and Zelda. But when it comes to Paper Mario, they're like, no, we need to change, even though you totally didn't need to.
Nintendo, you can go suck all the penis you want. We wouldn't care.
But there's one more thing that I would have talked about at the beginning of the episode, but I completely forgot to talk about.
I actually just said that. That's okay. Well, here you go. That's on the.
You actually just said that? What?
Yeah.
Well, there's one more thing I want to talk about. Hollow Council.
Oh, yeah.
I completely forgot. So they had their debuts a couple days ago, and honest to God, they're all great.
I forgot we were VTuber fans.
Say that again?
I forgot we were VTuber fans.
Well, I mean, I am. I think I'm trying to drag you down the hole.
All I'm doing is just trying to fit something in that hole, and it ain't me.
Yeah, but no, Hollow Council debuted, and just quickly going over them, Sauna has this Australian accent that makes my knees weak.
Okay.
Fauna is doing weekly ASMR, which is just, yes.
Okay.
She reminds me a lot of Lammy.
Okay.
Crawny has the I'm totally disappointed in you look. Like, she was doing a stream of 12 minutes, you know, that weird game?
Mm-hmm.
And she spent most of the stream bitch-talking the wife of the main character and wanting her to die and sounding so displeased when she didn't. It was great. And Mume is like, you know the phrase, the sweetest little cinnamon bun?
Yeah.
That's Mume. And, Biles or Bay or whatever the fuck how you pronounce her name is just great. She's a fucking riot. And also at the end they revealed essentially Ian's A-chan in Omega. Which I found interesting. I actually did not think they would ever do that. But it also makes me think, like, where does Hololive go from here? Because, like, they're probably the biggest VTubing company in the world, and they're starting to become probably one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world. So, like, where do you think Hololive goes from here? Do they go to JP Gen 6? Or do they once again try to expand to another language?
Hollow Stars.
Well, there's Hollow Stars, but I don't think we'll see another generation of Hollow Stars, if I'm being honest.
I can be fucking funny. Come here, Hololive. I'll help you out.
Hey, you can apply for EN3 whenever it comes. But no. Well, actually, no. They're actually starting to care more about Hollow Stars. Everyone's getting a 3D debut, and they're having their own concert in December.
I can't sing for shit, but I can at least do other things.
Hey, Coco couldn't sing for shit at the start.
I still can't sing for shit.
But no, like, if you're Hololive, do you expand languages?
Wait, Coco?
Yeah, Coco.
Oh, Coco. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she couldn't sing at all at the start.
I still can't sing a lot. Don't worry, Coco.
I can do low baritone.
I can't.
Because a lot of people have been suggesting, why not Hololive Korea?
Oh, yeah.
Hololive Espanol.
Or just Hololive me, bitch.
Like, there's a lot of ways Hololive can go from here, and I'm interested to see, because, like, they're big. They just got sponsored by... They just got a sponsorship thing with, like, the Japanese Baseball League.
It's just... It's girls with personality, man. I get it.
And boys, the boys, while Hollow Stars is starting to pick up steam.
Good luck, Hollow Stars. I'll try my best to audition next year.
Well, I mean, if you take a look at Hollow Stars right now, fucking, I think most of them are now at 100K. Hololive YouTuber subscriber count.
One day, my dream of being a Hollow or a VTuber will come true, and then people will be like, "What do you do for a living?" And I'll be like,
Yeah, no, everybody in Hollow Stars is above 100K now.
I can't.
Wow, they don't even have Oga on this. What the fuck?
I can't.
But like Roboru himself is probably one of the biggest VTubers in Hololive when you think about it, with how much he's been everywhere.
I'll have to lie to my family.
But no, Hollow Council's great. And again, the main thing is I'm just generally curious to see where Hololive goes from here. Since, like, the debut of Hollow Council was pretty fucking big, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
Like, the way they promoted it, the way they marketed it, the fact that they had merch already. And also, Hololive, I love you, but why is every single artist a fake Go artist?
I don't know.
Like, seriously, out of Hollow Council, 4 of them are fake Go artists. And the other one was a light novel artist, and I believe she also did the Atelier Rize games.
I don't know, man.
Alright, let me just pull her up.
All I know is I'll probably have to tell my family I'm a stripper or something. So at least that's more believable.
Well, I mean, you're perfect in your own right, Chewie.
Wait, no, I don't think that's even believable actually either.
I mean,
I'll tell them I'm in a video game.
What about just being part of the fat, ugly bastard hentai?
Yeah, they wouldn't get that. Then they'd look it up and they'd be like, "That's disgusting."
I mean, maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? If you tell your mom that, would she tell you that you're disgusting?
I think my mom would probably make a joke about it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. To make it seem like you're disgusting.
Maybe.
She looks at bastard hentai on Google, and she sees the results. She's gonna turn to you like, "Marcel, that is disgusting."
Yeah, probably.
And then make a joke about it afterwards. Oh, you can find my son in this book, and then she just hears somebody. This is what my son does. And they look at it and they're like, oh, yep, that's him right there. Wait, what? No, that's him right there.
Yeah,
Points in the picture.
yeah.
Not even at the name of the person that like drew and wrote the or the doujin. It's just points at the picture of the guy. And then everyone's just kind of confused. Yeah,
but
so
that's it for this week. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking we should do an episode about.
Can we just apply to be Hollow Stars, please?
You can do whatever you want, Chewie. I'm not your life manager.
No, we're gonna do an episode where we just apply to be Hollow Stars. That's it.
But I'm thinking next week we do something a little fun.
How about a mukbang?
Let's have a debate on something.
The debate.
You take one side, I take the other.
Oh, what are we debating about?
Well, we'll figure it out.
I mean, I don't have a lot of... Okay, sure.
But no, I'm just thinking, what can we do to have a little fun?
Mukbang.
You just want to do an episode where we eat food, don't you?
Mukbang, a video game stream, applying to be Hollow Stars.
You're really obsessed with that, aren't you?
Asking Gura for phone number.
Why would you do that?
So I can send her funny DMs, memes. That's literally all I want to do is just send memes to somebody, man.
You have many people in the Discord who I think would be willingly to accept your...
They're not cute girls!
Alright, this is ARPG episode 34?
Yeah, I can see why that's actually kind of creepy. Never mind.
Yeah, that is.
No, but I just want to spread memes. Give me memes of people. I'll give
ARPG
everyone memes.
episode 34. That's
No, that's 30. This is 30. I think it's 32, 33.
33.
I don't
if you
know.
want him to send you memes, you can find him at xxx@xxx.com.
What do you... Okay, well, goodbye. Whatever. Bye.